Alright, welcome back to the channel. Warhammer Man back in the studio, and today we've got this week's Sunday preview. Make sure to like and subscribe for daily content, reactions, reviews, news, painting, modeling, conversion, tutorials for anything from Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team, Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, Warcry, and of course some Horse Heresy as well. So Sunday preview, Echoes of Eternity and Chaos Reinforcements. Alright, so here it looks like we're going to get the rest of the Chaos stuff. The long sleep is nearly over. The eagerly, urgently, desperately awaited 7th installment of the Siege of Terra series is coming to pre-order in just 6 short days. The blockbusting new novel from Aaron Domsky-Bowden is joined, appropriately enough, by wave after wave of Chaos Worshippers and Demon King. Check it out if you dare. So you can go ahead and check out that video if you like. That's a lot of demons. Whoever is in charge of the factory probably wants to give the summoning circles a rest. So we have new from Black Library, Echoes of Eternity, limited edition hardback, ebook, and MP3. Alright, so looks pretty classy. Definitely cool. Echoes of Eternity. Star billing this week goes, of course, to Echoes of Eternity, the 7th volume of Siege of Terra, which is coming out in 4 formats. Hardback, an ebook, an MP3 audiobook, and as Glorious Collector's Edition. This gorgeous bundle is strictly limited to just 2,500 copies, obviously referring to the Collector's Edition, and comes with a gilt page edging, a ribbon bookmark, 4 full-color illustrated maps, a map of the Imperial Palace, a faux leather case, is also signed by its author, the inimitable Aaron Domsky-Bowden. So cool map right there. You can see obviously it folds out, so it's essentially like all folded up in what looks like the front of the book. Overall quality looks nice. These are, I mean, all the limited editions or special editions are nice quality. The walls have fallen. The defenders' unity is broken. The inner palace lies in ruins. The War Master's horde advances through the fire and ash of Terra's dying breath, forcing the loyalists back to the Delphic battlement, the very walls of the Sanctum Imperialis. Angron has achieved immortality through annihilation. Now he leads the armies of the damned into a wrathful tide, destroying all before them as the warp begins its poisonous corruption of Terra. With his brothers fallen, waylaid, Sanguinius waits on the final battlements, hoping to rally a desperate band of defenders and refugees for one last stand. So very cool. Obviously, this is sort of like the big battle towards the end of Horus Heresy, where spoiler alert, Sanguinius falls, and essentially the demons like bursting forward, and obviously Angron. So we saw the new Angron model is going to be coming out eventually. I'm guessing it's not part of this, but I haven't actually looked through here yet. But that model is going to be awesome as well, and hopefully he will lead to more like him. Honestly, like the more Primarchs, the better in 40k, I think. And I think that's a huge opportunity for money for Games Workshop as well. Guilliman is obviously super cool. The model is great as well. And then obviously we have now, it's going to be three of the fallen Primarchs, or Chaos, or whatever you want to call them, heretics. So we have Mortarion model is obviously just phenomenal and probably one of the best ever made. Definitely one of the best ever made by Games Workshop. Magnus, very, very cool as well. Not quite on the level of detail as Mortarion, in my opinion. And then we saw the Angron model previewed as well, and he looks amazing. So very, very cool. So Echoes of Eternity is also being released in paperback and ebook editions in both French and German. Chaos Space Marines, Accursed Cultists. Okay, so we have seen these already, and they were broken down into like 2 different types. So we saw like the 5 right here have like kind of, started turning into like demons or whatever, spawns. And then these ones are like, the complete, the transformation is almost complete. And there's 3 of them. We'll read on here. I don't want to speculate too heavily, but the way this is kind of showed off sort of gives me the impression that this is all going to come in one box set together, which I really like if that is the case, because it's more likely to be like a decent price. If we were going to see just these 5 dudes by themselves, I suspect they would have been overpriced, and then same with the 3 big ones. But if these all come in a box together and you get 8 models, including 3 big ones and 5 like, of like the sort of mutated ones, that's probably going to be a better, more reasonably priced box set. So let's hope that is in fact the case. And the way they're showing them here, I'm guessing that's what it is. There's a new breed of cultists who are really feeling the power of chaos, but not necessarily in a way that's advantageous to their health and continued longevity. The Accursed cultists are a nightmarish amalgamate of mortal and demon who act as a troop choice for Chaos Space Marines. Okay, cool, so troops. Shambling mutants and looming torments band together to form these horrifying hordes. You can actually reform the lethal injuries, making for an endless avalanche of misshapen flesh, horns, and carnage. We love these grotesque models so much, we've prepared a video showing you exactly how to paint them to show off the awesome power of the Dark Gods. There's a little tutorial right here as well. Very cool. Doesn't say specifically, but again, the way it kind of comes off there and they're pictured, I'm guessing that's going to be one box set, and I'm just guessing, just throwing it out there, it's probably going to be like 60 bucks. So Chaos Space Marine Possessed are next. So we know these are going to be like 60 bucks because, 5 elites coming like this is pretty much standard pricing. These models look phenomenal as well. I really like them. And I think size-wise, they are a lot bigger than initially looks like. Because one thing I noticed just from the one preview pictures that we got here is like, look at this guy, assuming he's a Primaris Space Marine, and then just look at the size of this Possessed dude on top of him. And I mean, like, this dude is super chunky. I mean, these things are big. These things are big. We're not sure what size bases they're coming on, but I'm assuming this is a 40 millimeter. Could potentially be 50 millimeter, but it definitely looks like a 40 millimeter, which is like something you would find like Custodes or something like that on. Yeah, so these guys are chunky. I really like these models too. They look great. All the new stuff for Chaos does. Of course, everything mortals can do, Heretic Astartes can do better, including inviting demons into their bodies as corporeal cohabitors. The Possessed boast incredible speed and durability. Their malleable forms grant them a 9-inch movement characteristic, so they are fast. Toughness 5 and 3 wounds, making for some truly shocking shock troops. There are multiple build options in the set, and one can be constructed as a Possessed champion. Okay, so Possessed champion. So just by how chunky the models are, I would say this guy's probably... Oh, no, wait. Actually, this guy has like the champion kind of thing on his back. So this guy looks like he's the champion. It's tough to tell, too. This guy might just look really big, and this guy tall because they're kind of in front. Because the base is like, from obviously like the depth perception look different. But all these models look great. I'm assuming there's going to be quite a few bits inside of here. So you'll be able to build, quite a few unique models. By the time you start changing out arms and head swaps and doing all that stuff, you should be able to build, quite a few of these and never have any two look the same. So, all right. And then here we have Combat Patrol Chaos Demons. So this is definitely exciting. Interesting, though. Combat Patrol Chaos Demons. Okay, that is very interesting. I had speculated a bit about what we were going to see because previously we have obviously had start collecting boxes for each of the 4 different demon god factions or like chaos god factions, and they have slowly gone away. Obviously, as the start collectings in 40k, as the start collectings were replaced with the vanguards for Sigmar. So they were like for a little bit there not available in 40k, like the Nurgle one, etc. So now we're seeing here, this is the Combat Patrol, which is the 40k version for Chaos Demons, not for like Demons of Khorne. So it is possible that if you want to Combat Patrol Demons, it's only going to be this one for Khorne. I was curious if they were going to do like a mixed Combat Patrol, like they used to have a box back in the day for Demons where there was just some stuff from each of the different gods, or if they were going to do one individually for each. The fact that this is Chaos Demons Combat Patrol and not Chaos Demons Combat Patrol of Khorne tells me that this is it if you want to start demons, which isn't bad because, obviously Khorne demons are very strong. So let's take a quick look at the breakdown here and see what's inside, and then I'll come back through and we'll talk about the price a little bit. The Demonic Onslaught intensifies with a Combat Patrol set focused on Khorne. Get the blood flowing with this hefty collection of 34 miniatures, which can be built to reach a power level of up to 33 and get you a gaming straight away. So obviously, power-wise, 25 is your typical 500-point army. So this gives you up to 33. So you'll have like some options for either like equipment or not being able to field all your guys. So that is good, obviously. The Combat Patrol size force is led by a fearsome Blood Master, ably supported by 3 Blood Crushers, mounted on Juggernauts, 10 Slavering Flesh Hounds, and 20 Blood Letters, making a spectacular basis for a Khornate horde. Fearsome Blood Master. blood. So that guy's the Bloodmaster. I thought that was the maybe they just changed his name. I can't remember what he used to be called. He was something different. So maybe they just changed his name. Man, what was he? He was like the I can't think of the name off the top of my head. It's like the champion, kind of like. They have them for like all the demons. Well, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so if we look at the breakdown right here, so nice amount of points. Obviously, it's designed for like 500 and some change, or 33 power level, 34 miniatures. So it's a pretty nice force. As far as composition, I would say it's pretty nice composition as well. You're definitely going to want quite a few of the bloodletters. The Demons of Khorne, like the dogs, are pretty quick, and then the blood crushers will hit a little harder. You got your champion. Obviously, with each of the 10 bloodletters, you have the choice to like put a standard, and I think there's like a champion in each squad as well. I know there's a champion in each squad as well, potentially. So the actual breakdown on these, it is $32 for the character. It is 38 for each 10 of the bloodletters, so 38 and 38. And then it is the blood crushers of Khorne are only sold in 6-packs for 110, so we're just going to cut that in half. So we'll say it's $55 worth of them. And then each of the Khorne dogs is 5 of them for 55. So if we total that up, 32, 38, 38, 55, 55, and 55, we get a total of $267 retail. So $267 worth of miniatures. We know this will be priced at $150. So it's about $117 in savings over retail. So basically, you get like 2 of the $55 units for free. So just to look at it like this, I always like to look at it like this. Let's just say you didn't want everything in this set, or you weren't sure about buying it. If you were going to pick up the character, 2 squads of bloodletters, and any one of these 3 units, the 2 units of dogs or the 1 unit of blood crushers, you buy the first 4 items, you get the second 2 for free. So you're basically getting 2 $55 squads for free, which is pretty good. Obviously, nice little bundle. I can't really speak to the rules or anything like that. I haven't really been keeping up on the demon stuff. To tell you the truth, there's been a lot of content lately, and I stay pretty busy, and people didn't seem that excited about it. I'm sure once the book is out and everything, people would be excited about it, and I'll spend a little more time and attention on it. But people just didn't seem like that interested. Honestly, I don't know what the deal was. Chaos. Everybody's been waiting for Chaos for ever and super excited. And then it just seemed like whenever I would release Chaos content, nobody really cared. And to tell you the truth, I've noticed with Votann as well. The Votann content has been extremely, extremely poorly received. So I don't know if people are just already burnt out or just waiting for it to actually come out, or because it's not a current army in the range, it doesn't have the same core base or interest. I'm sure once they're out, there'll be a bunch of people that play them and get excited about them and everything. But again, if I can only do so much content, I'm obviously going to do what people care about, what people are excited about, interested, etc. Or just what I enjoy, somewhere in between all of that. So it really does help if you guys give feedback. So, other than that, I just have YouTube analytics views and stuff like that. So if you do like something, or you are interested in something and I'm not doing it, feel free to leave a comment, and I would be glad to incorporate that potentially into what I do in the future. But when it's all said and done, $267, you're spending $150 on it. You probably get some kind of discount online and everything, but you could get that if you bought the individual units anyway. So is this a good deal? I would say so, yes. Now, the previous Start Collecting, it's hard to compare because the Start Collecting did not have a character in it. It basically had 10 bloodletters. It had one of the, it was the Skull Cannon, multi-kit as well. And then it had 3 of the blood crushers. And that was $100. I think it was $95 for that. So I think this is much better. You're basically paying $55 more, and instead of getting the Skull Cannon, you get 10 more bloodletters, a character, and 10 hounds. Yeah, I think that's better. I like it. I think it's a good choice. It is interesting that they're going full Khorne. Maybe later on we will see other ones coming out. So next we have the Chaos Codex Chaos Demons. So we had the regular copy and the special edition as well. Embrace your inner demons with the comprehensive set of fiendish rules and infernal lore, fusing entire armies of otherworldly entities in games of Warhammer 40,000. Each of the 4 ruinous powers has their own collection of datasheets, plus relics, stratagems, warlord traits, and psychic powers, except for Khorne, of course. And if you're not familiar, Khorne does not have access to anything psychic, and they actually have like quite a bit of anti-psychic stuff, which is pretty cool, you know. But definitely a limiting factor. But everything they lose from psychic powers, they make up for with straight up just killing and bloodshed. As well as the exalted demon upgrades and new warpstorm powers. On top of that, there's an army of renown for disciples of Be'lakor, who also get their own stratagems and psychic disciplines. Be'lakor is such an amazing model. This foul tome is available in a regular edition and a collector's edition, which comes with a soft touch cover, a ribbon bookmark, and foil blocking. And those should be, oh my gosh, what is it? 55 and 90 for those USD. And then we have the Chaos Demons dice. Okay, interesting. See, GW has made 2 kinds of dice. These are the ones with the what I would call squared edges, and then obviously they have more round ones, which are like more circular edges. So these ones are cool because they end up cocked less, but they don't have the same kind of like roll to them. So people like some better than others. I like the square ones because they're not cocked as much. I can understand the round ones too, but to tell you the truth, GW makes nice dice. They're super chunky. The quality of them is phenomenal, with the exception of the Necron dice that came out. You know, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, there was basically a production flaw with them, and GW decided to just go through with production and sell them, and refuses to replace any of them or offer refunds. But anyway, aside from that, overall, very nice quality dice. Now, obviously, they're expensive. They tend to be poor color choices. Here, these are okay. They're obviously marbled between like a black and a kind of like gray or white, and then they have like a kind of a grayish white pips on them. So they look like they'd be okay to read, but again, I don't love the choice of marbled with the white. Just because, again, it's for me, dice, the most important thing of dice is, you know, can you read them? That's number 1 for me. After that, it's do they look cool? Do they roll nice? All that other stuff. So, you know, if you constantly are wondering, what is that, a 2 or a 3 or, whatever, it makes it difficult. Slows down the games, etc. So, but these look okay. They look okay. Infuse your rolls with the power of the warp with these Chaos Demon dice. These are 6-sided dice in a fetching black and white swirl pattern with 8 pointed stars of chaos on the 6 face. The Chaos Demons data cards set has been very slightly delayed, meanwhile, but rest assured that it is arriving soon. So again, we're seeing GW still having some serious issues with delays, as I pointed out in a previous video. Classic Chaos Demons. Bolster your hellish hordes with a series of classic sculpts of made to order. These resin and metal figures will work just as well for demoniacs in the age of Sigmar as they do in the 41st millennium. They'll be on sale from Saturday, the 27th of August until the 8th a.m. BST on Monday, the 5th of September. So limited time, like made to order, it looks like. So Horrors of Tzeentch. These models are cool, old school ones. I really like the new Horrors, but these are definitely cool. These 5 Horrors come in metal and can be painted blue or pink, and they're terrifying in either shade. They can be painted blue or pink. That's weird. So I guess, I don't really remember, but I guess the old ones, they didn't have both. Flamers of Tzeentch. Normally, like the pink ones are much bigger in the current range, and then the blue ones are smaller, and then after that it's like the Brimstones, because every time they die they like split into 2 potentially. So pretty cool. These flamers are cool. The new flamers are really cool as well. All the old demon models were like still really good. Even though they're kind of like dated, they still look great. Set contains 3 lithe and lurid flamers of Tzeentch in resin, billowing otherworldly flame. I do like that they're actually including details in the articles now. So the previous ones were metal. These are in resin, because I know that's make or break for some people. Beasts of Nurgle. So this is just kind of like a just blob of whatever. This is super dated. The detail, I mean, it looks okay, but like compared to what we have now in the range, I mean, this looks like, one of your kids sculpted this out of Play-Doh. Still cool and everything, don't get me wrong, but it said the Beasts of Nurgle just want to be your friend, but you wouldn't want to pal up with this guy in a alleyway at night, and it comes in resin. Karanak, the Hound of Vengeance. So this was like a special character, 3-headed corn dog. Corn's favorite three-headed flesh hound is also available in plastic, but you can't beat the classic take in resin. So obviously GW watches my videos and decides to include these. So it is good that I'm critical of them because clearly they're listening. And by the way, that was a joke. But they actually do watch my videos. The Mask of Slaanesh. Cool looking model right here. Again, kind of dated. Doesn't look terrible though. Likewise, this resin incarnation of the mask, cursed by Slaanesh never to stop dancing, has plenty of demonic charm. Watch out for that. Alright, and then on to Blood Bowl. Snotling team's turn in the Blood Bowl accessory spotlight next week with a pitch, some dice, and a set of cards all coming to pre-order. So the old Snotlings getting all the goods. Interesting. Snotling team dice. Okay, now here we've got some dice you can actually read. This is what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not saying these are amazing color choices like you like fluorescent green and purple, but think about this. We have actual complementary colors being used here. Purple and green obviously like go well, contrast rather, each other very well. You can clearly read them from a distance. They're bright, they're, colorful, they fit the team. I love it. I love these dice. They're great. Now, would I ever buy them? No, they're super overexpensive or overpriced. But for Blood Bowl, it makes sense because you have like special dice. It's not just like D6s you can get anywhere. But I do like the selection there. So we have the Snotling Team card pack. Imperium Magazine. Interesting. Imperium Magazine is... Okay, so it's just coming to France. So this is basically... You guys are... if for all my French people out there, you will get access to this. I'm not sure if this is just geographically France or if this will be offered in Canada as well because there's so many French speakers there. I'm pulling for you, my Canadian friends. Hopefully you guys are getting this. Or you may already have access to it, but not in French. So I don't know. That's interesting. The popular weekly Warhammer 40,000 Imperium magazine will be available in France from the 25th of August and will be carried at selected news agents and specialist stockists. You can ensure that you never miss an issue of a subscription, which you can take out directly with Hachette. So it sounds like it's just actually for France. But I don't know. Maybe you will have access to the French version in Canada at some point in time in the future. Or maybe you already do. I don't know. You guys let me know. And then some Warhammer Plus stuff, some tutorials. Yeah, so that's it for this week. Obviously, a rather chaotic release. Oh, man. That was that full-on GW dad joke in full effect. So, yeah, a bunch of old stuff that you can have a chance to grab up before it's gone. And then obviously just a bunch of chaotic stuff. So Chaos Demons Codex, that is definitely a big deal. I like the new battle box here. Or I'm sorry, the new, oh my gosh, I can never think of the name. Combat Patrol box. I think it's better than the Start Collecting box. It did go from, 95 to, 150. So it went up by like $55, but I think you get way better stuff in it. I don't know about that skull engine or the, skull cannon. It's like a dual kit. I don't know if that's actually like good in game terms, but to tell you the truth, I think the dogs are just way better. I think they're probably just way better. I mean, that's something I think everybody's going to take, and probably quite a few of them. And then obviously you can never have too many blood letters. So very, very cool. Definitely liking this box set. Value wise, it's not bad. We're talking about what is it? $267. Yeah, $267 for 150. So you're talking about a 56%. So what is that? 44% discount? Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, it's basically like half off. So you really can't beat that. Really cannot beat that. I mean, you can, but yeah, it's about half off. So again, nice box overall. Some of them are not nearly as good of a discount. And then Possessed are probably going to be $60. I imagine the Accursed are going to be $60. And if I'm not mistaken, with the exception of, I mean, obviously we saw Angron. We haven't seen him yet. I think that's all the Chaos stuff that we've seen so far now. Actually, like coming out. I believe that was the end of the Chaos models that have been shown off that are not out yet. So, and then obviously the 7th of the Siege of Terra books, Echoes of Eternity. This should sell out pretty quickly. The special edition should be $65. I would think. Oh man, this one might actually. These might be different. Don't quote me on that because these are slightly different than like the regular limited edition ones. So we'll have to see. But again, looks nice quality and everything. I really like what they're doing with these. So if you're a collector, signed copy, 2,500 of them out there will probably sell out pretty quickly. Yeah, 7th volume of the Siege of Terra. So. But that's it for today. Let me know what you think down below. Always like to hear back from you guys. What are you most excited about? What are you going to be picking up from this week's pre-orders? All that good stuff. And if you are in Canada, let me know. Did you guys get access to the Imperium magazine or no? Because I can't remember exactly where that did and didn't come out at. So. But that's it for today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe for daily content, reactions, reviews, news, painting, modeling, conversion tutorials, magnetizations, all kinds of cool content. Anything from Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, Warcry, and of course some Horus Heresy content as well. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.